You think you have one tax deadline a year? You don't. You have 5, and missing just one costs real money. Not maybe. Guaranteed. 4 dates go on your calendar today, and one deadline almost nobody talks about, the one that quietly costs people the most. Let's go. Quick story. Jake edits videos for a living. Made $80,000 last year. Good year. He also missed 2 of these 5 dates. Didn't think much of it. He paid everything at once in April, like he used to as an employee. Cost him almost $400. Not in taxes he didn't already owe. In penalties, for paying on the wrong schedule. Same total tax bill. Extra $400, just for timing it wrong. That's what we're avoiding today. And Jake's not unusual. Most freelancers who get hit with this penalty aren't bad at money. They're just working off an employee mental model in a system that was never built for one paycheck a year with taxes handled automatically. 5 dates fixes that mismatch completely. Deadline 1, April 15th. Everyone knows this one. Your annual return is due. But here's what most freelancers miss. It's also your first quarterly estimated payment. 2 bills, same day. Miss the estimated one, and the penalty clock starts immediately. Right now, that penalty runs around 8% a year. Compounding. Daily. On $5,000, that's over $1 a day, just quietly ticking, whether you notice or not. One more thing nobody mentions. If the 15th lands on a weekend or holiday, the deadline shifts to the next business day. Don't assume. Check the actual date every year. Deadline 2, June 15th. Second quarterly payment. Notice something? April to June is only 2 months, not evenly spaced. Keep that in mind when you're budgeting. 2 down. You're already ahead of most freelancers just by knowing these exist. Quick question you might be asking. Why quarterly at all? Because employees have taxes taken out every paycheck. The government gets its money steadily, all year. Freelancers don't have that automatic system. Quarterly payments are the government's way of recreating it. You're just doing manually what a payroll system does automatically. But here's where it actually gets expensive. Miss either of those 2, and the IRS doesn't wait for tax season to tell you. It charges that penalty starting the day it was due, not when you eventually pay. From the deadline. Every single day adds up. Here's one way to protect yourself if your income jumps around. The safe harbor rule. Pay at least 90% of what you owe this year, or 100% of what you paid last year, whichever is smaller, and you're safe from the penalty, even if your estimate was off. Don't know your number? Quick method. Take last year's total tax bill, divide by 4. That's your rough quarterly payment. Not perfect, but it satisfies safe harbor, and it beats guessing. Say last year you owed $8,000 total. Divide by 4, that's $2,000 a quarter. Pay that each time, on time, and you're protected under safe harbor, even if this year turns out to be your best one yet. The IRS can't penalize you for underpaying an amount you were never required to predict perfectly. One more layer. Some states run their own estimated tax deadlines, and they don't always match the federal ones exactly. If your state has income tax, check its dates separately. Don't assume they line up. Deadline 3, September 15th. Third payment. You've now paid 3 times in 5 months. Deadline 4, January 15th, the following year. Final quarterly payment. This is the one people forget hardest. It feels like next year's problem, while you're still finishing this year's work. 4 dates. April, June, September, January. Get those in your phone right now, and you've already beaten most of the mistakes freelancers make. And the last one? It's the one nobody tells you about. October 15th. The extension deadline. File for an extension back in April, and this becomes your new filing date. Here's the trap. People think the extension covers what they owe. It doesn't. An extension moves your paperwork deadline. It does not move your payment deadline. Interest started back on April 15th. Extension or not. 6 months of it. Quietly stacking. While you thought you'd bought yourself time, let's make that concrete. Owe $6,000, wait the full 6 months to pay, and you're looking at roughly $240 in interest. Just for waiting. Just for assuming the extension covered you. That's deadline 5. Nobody puts it on a calendar because it doesn't feel like a deadline. It feels like relief. It's actually the one that costs the most Because it hides for 6 months before you even see the number. So, here's what actually works. Put all 5 dates in your phone today. April 15th, June 15th, September 15th, January 15th, October 15th. Set the reminder a week early, not the day of. A week gives you time to move money. The day of just gives you time to panic. Already behind on one of these? Don't wait for the right moment to deal with it. The penalty's running daily. Every day you wait, it's still counting. Pay something now, even a partial amount. It stops more interest from stacking on top of what's already there. And if you genuinely can't pay the full amount, the IRS has payment plans. Set one up directly with them. It's not fun, but it's a fixed, predictable cost. Way better than ignoring it and letting the daily penalty run indefinitely. And if you're brand new to freelancing and none of this applied to you last year, it applies now. The IRS doesn't care how long you've been doing this. It cares whether the money showed up on time. Remember Jake, the video editor? This year, 5 reminders, 5 dates, 0 surprises. Same income, 0 penalty. That's the entire difference between last year and this year. Not more money, just better timing. Here's the mindset shift that actually makes this stick. Stop thinking of quarterly payments as a bill. Think of them as forced business hygiene. The same habit a well-run company has, just running through you instead of a payroll department. 4 small, predictable moments a year, instead of one massive, dreaded one in April. Freelancers who treat it that way stop fearing tax season entirely. It stops being the thing that ruins April. It becomes 5 2-minute check-ins, spread across a year you were already living through anyway. 5 dates, 1 phone, 2 minutes to set up. Do that today, and you'll never get blindsided by one of these again. And if you still don't know your actual percentage to set aside, that number's waiting in the last video.